We got Optimistic in the house. Live on the Mental Margarita Show, all the way from Australia.
Thank you so much for having me, bro. Most appreciated, man.
Oh, man, this is phenomenal. You know what? I tell you, I got a chance to really do some research on you, my friend. And wow, I am just so delighted to see someone care about the music, care about the culture, and that presents it the right way.
Oh, thank you, man. That's good to hear. That's what I want to hear. That's exactly what I want to hear. Thank you.
So, West Australia, Perth, is that, did I say that right?
That's correct. Yep, Perth, Western Australia. Yep.
So tell me about your upbringing a little bit.
I grew up in a very small bush town, bush like desert, like red rock, big snakes, kangaroos, emus, little hot desert mining town where my father was working on the mines. I think it was about 400 people lived out in this little town. And that's where I grew up, and I found hip hop on our little 2-channel TV. And that's when, Run DMC was coming through. And
Run DMC.
Yeah, Run DMC made it out early. Got to see all the Run DMCs. Oh, MC Hammer Time was kicking back. And then all the other stuff started flooding through. But that was my upbringing. I was born in like a desert town for my childhood. When I hit my teenage years, I moved to the coastline, where I am now, Rockingham. And I grew up on the beach, so then it became more fishing and water sports. And then I moved to the big city in my 20s. I moved over to the East Coast to Sydney. I spent most of my 20s in the big city, and then I moved back home to settle down, raise my family, and because I love it on the West Coast. The West Coast is beautiful over here. It's quieter, and it's just the beaches are beautiful. I love it.
What I love about your music, old school, modern influences, but what I really love is lyricism. So you're someone that prides yourself on that, and you got real broad philosophical themes in your music and all that stuff. But what were some of the artists that truly inspired you once hip hop really just took a hold of your heart?
As a child, one of my very first big idols was Speech from Arrested Development. Obviously on a worldwide scale, they got out big. So Run DMC and Speech were my two early influences. Excuse me. And then as I grew up, as other stuff came through, I really got more attached and really fell in love with like your Redman, your Method Man, your Sticky Fingers from Onyx. I love
Onyx.
that. Yeah, Onyx. I love that dirty grime and the energy. I loved a lot of energy. So I was kind of blending. I was loving energy, and I was really loving conscious hip hop as well. I was loving the styles of very spiritual and conscious stuff, such as Speech and that talking. So yeah, man. And then it grew, obviously all your Wu-Tang, all those mid-90s and the 90s came out, and just loved it, man. I was just inspired.
And here you are. And look, here's the good thing. You start getting the bug, you start doing your music. You're hitting independent radio stations, you're hitting online platforms. What is the temperature of Australia's hip hop scene while all this is going on?
I mean, it's good, man. Australia's very good, and it's very diverse here. They've got same with up in the States. There's a lot of different styles. So here it developed from a small little community where nobody was going to the shows when we were going. It was only the artists and friends. There wasn't really a fan base at all. It was just small little groups. And then finally, now it's massive. Now you've got some artists who are packing out stadiums and going berserker. They're doing great stuff. They're really big. And there's kind of like, you got your commercial, radio-friendly hip-hop. You got your real dirty street stuff going on. You got artists like myself who are very connected to like the original form of hip-hop. And then you got people who are now doing a thing which is just called Aussie hip hop, which I'm not sure about. But anyway, man, there's a thing called Aussie hip hop. So they've kind of
Aussie hip hop.
yeah, they've owned their own little niche, you know, and there's young kids now growing up who will only listen to Aussie hip hop. And, you know, there's just, yeah, it's cool because it got more versatile and the styles changed and it's everywhere now. And I tell you what, a person who did a big influence on that out here would definitely have been Eminem too, man, because hip hop went
Wow.
from not many people listening so much, you know, some people did, and then M broke out. And wow.
So you had albums like Day of the Guiding Light, followed by The Shadow, Salty Waters,
Ooh,
2018, Salty Waters 2, Protectors of the Lost Art. I love that name.
Yeah, it's dope.
Hip Hop Temperament. Take 'em Underground. What is your proudest body of work?
I love the Salty Waters sequels, man. Salty Waters 1 and Salty Waters 2 are my heart. It really felt like there's a point where I'd reached a good peak and the quality had gone up. My collaboration and connections with artists such as Onyx and Boot Camp members and Wu-Tang members and Bone Thugs and all that stuff. Like all those artists, like I'd made good rapport with a lot of artists and the doors were just opening easier for the connections then as well because, you know, one would validate for another artist. Being an independent artist from Australia, you know, I don't have no label, I don't have no backing, I don't have no management. I push myself, I work hard myself, I reach out and, you know, I do have a small team of friends who are also producers and stuff like that who definitely make a big influence, a big part of my journey. But other than that, yeah, you know, we're just a small group of a tight knit friendship, and we, you know, we try to create good hip hop. Yeah, well, that's what I do. I have about another 4 or so projects in the mix at the moment, so I'm always chipping away and creating something in the background. It's always work.
That's fantastic. Optimistic. How if someone is tuning in right now, how does the audience get a chance to reach out to you, hear some of these great albums that we just spoke about? How do they reach out to you?
And all platforms as always, man. Any digital space, Optimistic, OPTIMYSTIC, Optimistic. Yeah, man. Check the YouTube channels, check their Instagram, all that stuff, man. They're all out there. Everything's out.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm a fan, my brother, and I want to thank you so much for being on the Mental Margarita Show.
Nah, thank you, man. It means a lot to someone like me, man. A little small person like me out here, so that means a lot. That means a lot.
Welcome to the Mental Margarita Show. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, I do have an American rapper and producer. That sounded real fancy, but you know what? This guy is actually really good at what he does, and he puts a lot of work into what he does. I'm proud to announce Lamar Taz J. How are you feeling, my brother?
I'm feeling great, man. I appreciate you allowing me to come on your show to share my story and my attributes and the music that I've been doing for years, you know.
So, hometown California.
Yes, sir. Born and raised in Inglewood, LA area, you know. So, yeah, I'm native. California is my native home.
I love Cali. I'm telling you, I love it. I lived down in Cali for a little bit, and I always go back and forth. And one thing I love about Cali, besides the weather and all the obvious things, is the music. Now,
Yeah.
you were born into a musical family?
Yes, I was. My father was a producer, musician, songwriter, conductor. He played everything in the book. So instrument wise, he played everything in the book. He wrote music. He worked with a lot of music artists like Jimmy Smith. He worked with Marvin and the Blue Notes, The Boys. He worked with Yeah, he worked with a few people. I can't really name them all, but that's the ones I remember because being a kid, I was always around
What
him.
the legends?
Yeah, like I pretty much I grew up with the boys. Like the boys, like I know all the brothers.
What the
Yeah,
boys?
yeah.
That's classic. And so
Oh yeah.
you start playing instruments. You start playing the drums and the piano at 1 years old.
Yeah, that's what my dad told me. My dad said about like 1 or 2 years old, I was playing piano, and then but drums is what came first because that's rhythm. So
Right.
rhythm comes first, and then piano comes right behind it. But he said I used to sit at the piano and pat it like this, and then as I got old, about 1 or 2, he showed me how to play a C chord, and then it was a rap after that.
What hit you? What touched you as you're starting to develop as a young man? What came about that made you say, I really want to take this super serious?
I believe it was right when my mom passed away. My mom passed away when I was 7 years old, and that's when I was like, you know what? If music is what's going to help me get through this hurt, then that's what I want to do,
Right.
because I want to share my story with people that lost their parent or their loved one or anyone that was close to them. That's what really made me want to like get deep into the music because
Yeah.
the loss of my mom, because that's the hardest thing to do is lose your mom, especially at a young age. I write songs, I write scores, I do all that stuff, and it's like, why not rap? So 2009, I wrote my first rap song. It was called "Shake What Your Mama Gave You," and that song became a hit. So I've been rapping since '09. So
Wow.
and then, but I didn't release my first album until like 2000, and I actually, yeah, 2011 is when I released my first album. It was an EP called The Storybook.
The storybook.
The Storybook, yeah. But I never put it on platforms. It was just I had it on CDs.
Two-stepping got you nervous. Set it down like the Secret Service. All the ladies with a dunk, bend it over. You better shake what you got, game over.
Shake what your mama gave ya. Let loose like a goose. Two-stepping if you choose. I'm trying to see what it do. Shake what your mama gave ya. Let loose like a goose. Two-stepping if you choose. I'm trying to see what it do.
It never stops, let loose. It's the new hype, off top. I'm the new heavy D, R.I.P. to the great, no debate. Shake what your mama gave ya.
Man, Let Loose is it's a story for you. And I'm gonna try to make it as short as I can for you. Let Loose. I wrote Let Loose about 2021. I lost my father in 2020. Yeah, so that took me into a very dark place in my life, And then I was like, I had moved to Vegas, and I was living in Vegas, and I was doing producing out there and recording out there, and I was doing songs. I produced a whole album for somebody, but it got to the point where, like, I wasn't feeling happy because my dad's not here. I don't have no way of this. Like my inspiration is not here no more, And huh?
That was your rock.
Yeah. So I ended up moving from Vegas to 29 Palms, California, where I reside right now. And I was at home, and I made the beat probably months ago. I made the beat, and then, how you at home and you're chilling, and I play Xbox. I'm a gamer. I'm playing Xbox, and it just hit me, boom, and it said, I was listening to the beat, and it was like, shake what your mama gave you, let loose.
What is it you want to do?
So right now I'm working towards going on tour. I signed a distribution deal with Bentley Records. They signed me for Let Loose.
Wait a minute, come on.
Yeah, so they signed me for they say that again?
I'm excited.
Yeah, they signed me for they gave me a deal for Let Loose. They gave me a single deal and an album deal. So it was like for distribution. So I have a single, which is Let Loose, which is on their platform, and that's also on my platform. And then I have a whole album that I did with them for the deal. And right now, they have so my thing right now, I'm trying to go on tour because I want people to really, I want the world. Well, I mean, the world is already hearing the song, but I want people to see me in action, like get the feel of my performance. You know,
Doing the
like
two-step.
right? Because I love to entertain people. That's my thing. I love it because
Right.
my when people say they get they love they're feeling they love from doing music. Well, my feeling love is music, but I love the people energy. That's my what is it called? My cup of tea.
Now, if you guys need some musical enhancement, some tracks, Sledge on the beats, holla at my man, and any established artists or seasoned artists, he's
Right.
ready to open up for you. He's ready to
Yeah.
get this started.
Oh yes, yes sir, yes sir. And then also too, I want to piggyback a little bit. I do have a YouTube channel called Sledge Jones Productions LLC. I do have a talk show that I do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right now, I shut it down for right now because I'm waiting on the microphones to come in. But I also do have a reality/documentary that I'm doing, and I have season 1, episodes 1 through 7 on there right now. Go subscribe to the channel Sledge Jones Productions LLC. Please go subscribe because I really want people to see what I got going on, because the show's called The Man with the Many Talents, and I'm really showing all the different talents. Crump dance too. I don't know, a lot of people don't know about that, but I crump dance too, and that's a style of dance that's been out for years, and I've been in the game for like 20, 21, 22 years now. So that's something I do besides music, you know. So
Crump dance.
yeah,
This guy,
crump dance.
he plays the bass, he does the horn strings. I mean, the piano, everything. I mean, you know what? I am so proud of you, my brother.
Thank you.
And I
Thank you.
want you to keep doing what you're doing, because I see nothing but more and more success and blessings coming your way. And I'm sure your mother and father is showering them down on you. And you
Right.
got a beautiful soul and a beautiful spirit. And it's a pleasure to have you on the Mental Margarita Show, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly announce we have the man of the hour, the shower of power, Derek Washington, R&B sensation. I mean, this guy here, first of all, the voice, the soul. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Welcome to the Mental Margarita Show. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Thanks for having me, man. It's my pleasure, bro. Thanks for having me.
Now, first and foremost, I want to let you know, not only is it an absolute pleasure to have you on the show, you're a fellow Sag. You're Sagittarius like myself. I got a chance to see your birthday's on the 7th. Mine's on the 30th.
Heard. Heard.
So I already know how we roll.
Word. Word.
And now I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it right. Is it Hattiesburg, Mississippi?
Hattiesburg, Mississippi. That's where I'm from.
Wow. Now, when you think of Mississippi, naturally, people of color, it strikes a chord. A place where there's lots of soul, a lot of struggle, a lot of racism back in the days. You growing up, were you affected by that in any kind of way?
No, I wasn't. But my mom was, her mom, her dad was, but I wasn't, but racism still exists, today.
And so now, coming from such a beautiful place, because there's a lot of beauty,
Right.
Whether white or black, there is a lot of beauty in Mississippi. There's a lot of music. There's a lot of culture. Musically, Was that something that was in your bloodline coming up?
Yes, it was. My auntie, she had sung. My brother, he sings. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's through my you know what I'm saying, my blood line, but I'm like the only one that just really just, you know what I'm saying, stuck with it and just, you know, never, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, stuck with it and just, you know, kept on, you know. So it's a strong line, strong bloodline.
Very strong bloodline. Now, was this something? Was your family like? Did they sing in the church?
Yes, my family did sing in the you know, church, and also I had sung in the church too. So, you know, that's where a lot of my you know, talent and stuff you know, comes up from. And then I also used to sing in you know, talent shows and stuff, and you know, that's where a lot of my you know, singing had came from. But yeah, it's the you know, church what just really just motivated me to get where I'm at.
Here you are, out of Mississippi. You're starting to write your singles. Things are starting to move for you. How are you feeling at this time? Are you saying to yourself, you know what, I really can do this right now?
Man, I'm so proud of myself, man, because I never stopped. I never gave up. And, you know, I'm saying, you know, to myself, like, you know, wow. I mean, it's just like a dream come true, man, you know. But I was trying to, you know what I'm saying, rush it at first, you know. But you know, my manager, he was just like, you know, telling me like, D, you guys to be patient. You guys to just, you guys to take it step by step.
Yeah.
But number one, he always told me, he said, man, you gotta stay prayed up, man. But he said, take it step by step and trust
Oof.
everything that you are asking God for. He's going to give it to you, but it's not going to be on your time. It's going
On
to be.
your time.
So yeah, I mean, man, I'm excited, man. I mean, you know, and hey, things are starting to look up for me, you know. As you know, my you know, latest single, the one that's doing good, so good right now is Sexy Lady. Oh man, it's tearing the it's tearing the you know what I'm saying, charts up, man. It's it's tearing the, you know,
You
ready.
beat me to the punch. I saw the video. We're
It's
actually
tearing the
gonna
radio stations up, man.
we're gonna play it. We're gonna play it on the show. I love that song.
Thank you so much, man. And you know, I mean, I thank God, you know, when I was in the you know, studio, and I was actually, you know, coming up with the song, my manager said, okay, well, why don't you kind of do it like this here, tweak it like this here, say this is here. So, you know, I said, man, I said, all right, that sound good. Man, laid it down, man. It's been running ever since, man. That ain't nothing but who? God. Number God, man. Number God.
Hey there, sexy lady, can I take you home and hold you in my arms, baby? Hey there, sexy lady, hey there, sexy lady, can I take you home? Can I take you home? Right here is where you belong. Fell off in the club on a Friday night, peeping this lady. She was looking so tight. Her body looked so good to me. The way she moved her feet made my heart skip a beat. Hey there, sexy lady. Ooh, hey there, sexy lady.
Now, Derek, how do they reach you? How does the fans reach you?
The fans can reach me on Facebook, Derek Washington, recording artist. They can reach me on Instagram, Derek Washington, recording artist. Same thing as Twitter. I'm not hard to find. This is my real name. I go by my own real name. And for booking, 601-597-3478. 601-597-3478. And my manager name is Damian Strada.
You need to get away? Like that song from 1984 by Kenny Loggins? Get footloose. Be able to travel freely and do as you please. There's a very special place where you can dance like nobody's watching, sing like nobody's listening, except for the Pink Lady. Get away to the Goldwell Open Air Museum, celebrating 40 years of footloose fun. Start your fun today. goldwellmuseum.org.
Starstruck, here's a sprinkle of the stardust. Hold your champagne glass and your cigars up. See the guys with mob ties drive the cars up. Bright lights, most nights they buy the bars up. Candy coated Chevy cars on the highway. It's Frankie baby, it's on and this is my way. Dean Martin at the Sands this Friday. With Sammy Davis, here's a little hint where I stay. The city shines like Liberace's mansion. And you know Elvis had the whole city dancing. Showgirl silhouette steady prancing. Shout out to June, just the Copa Girls anthem. Legal gambling, yeah, that would tempt me. It's Sin City, holy water couldn't cleanse me. And Wayne Newton had the crowd in a frenzy. Live at the Stardust, the seats never empty. Now if you having a good time in Las Vegas, at the count of 3, I want to hear you scream, Viva Las Vegas. Ready? 1, 2, 3.